Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat and hypothesize on all things from fatherhood, marriage, comedy and everything else in between. From time to time, there will be special guests, but mostly it's going to be me and some regular contributors, including my main squeeze, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. This is episode 135, I think.
Is it?
I don't know. I'll have a look. This week I'm joined on the padcast with the Queen once again. It's like I couldn't be arsed to get guests for the main.
It kind of feels like it,
yeah.
does it?
It's I'm kind of too busy to be going like hunting for people to come onto the podcast. And also I only really want to have people that I really want to talk to on the podcast. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, look, that person there has got a big social media following. Let's get them on. Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of comedians that could easily do that, but fuck that for a game of soldiers. Just want to have the crack.
Just have the crack. It's a far cry. I suppose you've a big difference now between.
Oh, what did I say? 135.
Yeah,
I was wrong. Just 133.
Oh, bless.
Tune in
It's
2
not the
episodes
first
time for
time.
one episode 135.
And not the first time you're wrong this morning.
Right. Okay.
But it is a big difference from when you started the podcast and you were driving. Like you started the podcast during lockdown. I feel like saying we started the podcast because.
Well, I'd like if you did say we, right? Because if this podcast ever makes millions and millions and millions and millions of euros, you're getting half of it anyway.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
what
it
I
was
mean?
also me that discovered how to use it.
You made me do it. You literally, because I was having a breakdown one night and you just were like, right, okay, what's wrong? And I was like, my life's fucked. Stand-up is never coming back. At the height of COVID, all the comedians are doing podcasts. Why don't you do a podcast? I don't know anything about technology.
I'm frightened, pretty much.
Okay, 1 second there. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, okay, I here's the equipment. Will I just buy it? I don't know even how to turn it on. I've a bot now. Will I just turn it on there? Yeah, okay. Will I edit it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bless.
Like you literally did it all and still do it all.
But it was actually, that was the thing. It was very new. Like that's what I'm saying to you about. Like I'm talking about getting a bit to grips with Photoshop now and all of that side of things for Connie's posters and trying to help the business in that side of it. But I was like, it's just like
business. We're making millions here. I just think it's funny when you said the business side, because no, you're right. Like I need to just probably like realize that there's a business element to it as well. But like sometimes I just think it's funny. Like
yeah, I know.
I think it's funny that jokes pay the bills. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of funny, yeah.
But go on anyway. Go on, sorry.
But yeah, and I bring in the serious element to it, the business.
I'd be like, so this guy came
Well,
in
I'm
and
not
his dick was
telling-
hanging out.
Well, I'm not telling the jokes, so I may as well do the business side
I
of
love
it.
that. I love that. I'm all for that.
But when you started the podcast, like it's just really foreign, the equipment that you use, like the software is the thing. So it was really new. Like it's really, but it's a far cry from now. What I was actually trying to get to was you doing the podcast, and during lockdown, like there was covert operations to meet people to do the podcast. Like one person had a mic in another car and you'd have the mic in one car and like wiping down the mics and or trying to do it over Zooms and all that racket.
I think I did a few podcasts over Zoom, other people's podcasts. Did I do any on this over Zoom? I don't think so. I don't think I did. And I intentionally, because I want to be able to look at the person. Like we're sitting now, we're in the good sitting room again, guys. For those of you who are interested, it is wild outside. It is one of my most beautiful trees in my garden has blown down, and myself and Noelle are already talking about chopping it up for firewood. And then this morning, I took the boys to school for the first time since you were off, and for the very first time, and it was lovely. And I was like, I made a big deal about the tree, and I was like, we'll have to chop that up for firewood. And then the boys were like, Harvey was like, can I use the axe? Can I use the chainsaw? And I was like, we'll see. And then I heard in the background, I want to use the chainsaw. I want to use the axe. So now I'm like, I don't know how I digressed into that, like, but
I don't know either.
I don't know how I digressed into it.
The weather.
The weather. Oh, I was describing the weather, yeah, and how far we've come from the early days of wiping down fucking other people's mics. Like, I remember going up to meet Conspiracy John to do a podcast in a very strict 5 kilometre lockdown, and the two of us were above smoking joints outside a school. We thought a school would be a good place to do a podcast because there'd be no one there, like, obviously, you know, kind of an old school that he knew above in Rochestown. And I remember we did a great podcast up there, and it's on the podcast if you want to go back and listen to it. It's on one of the 133 podcasts. Go back and have a look for it.
Early on.
But early during lockdown. But I remember snailing out of the city afterwards, fucking petrified, like, and I was like, okay, if I got caught now, I was going to say I work in healthcare, or I'd like, you know, I'd like a couple of fucking Maria excuses.
But you kind of needed it, like, didn't you? Like, you needed that out.
I fucking did, man. I fucking
like,
did.
I mean, we were very strict in lots of ways in relation to COVID. Like, you know, if we ever had any symptoms or anything like that, or, you know, we did limit. But it was nearly from a mental health point of view, you needed to do this and focus on the podcast.
Unlike your scenario where you continue to work and were continue to meet the same people. Obviously, you had masks and you had you were adhering to all the procedures that were in place during COVID as well, but you had interactions with other human beings.
Yes.
I literally saw the two boys and you, and that was it. And like fucking like FaceTimes don't count, like. And TikTok, man, I swear to God, my fucking brain was ran by TikTok. You know, and you're just sick shit looking at stuff like that. But no, I definitely needed it, and fuck it, like, you know, I was careful when I met people as well. Then, like, you know, remember I did another podcast with Bernard Casey. And I mean, like, I remember, like, both of us were vaccinated. Both of us were like fucking sitting a good bit away from each other. But it was still great to be able to fucking do a podcast with a human, like, you know. Yeah. But so I don't take it for granted. No, I don't take it for granted.
But that was, I suppose, the reason I brought up was the difference between now when you're so busy that you don't even. It's nearly you couldn't meet people before and you were idle. Like, not idle, but, you know, whereas now you can't meet people because you can't put time into it, like, you can't.
That's true, but also so I will say though that is true, but also I don't want to just have, like, I don't want to just have someone on my podcast. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like Harry Hussey was on my podcast last week.
Yeah.
I love Harry. I enjoy his company.
Yes,
I find him an interesting character.
Somebody you wanted to talk to.
Somebody I want to talk to. He's a brilliant comedian. Please go follow him. If you're listening to this podcast, go follow Harry Hussey. He's got about maybe 200 or 300 followers. Do you know what I mean? But he's a clever, intelligent, funny, articulate human being, and I knew I'd have a great conversation with him.
Yes,
you know, Lorzie was on a couple of weeks ago. Another unbelievably brilliant conversation. She's got a larger social media following. Yes. But we've got loads of things in common, me and Lorzie. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like our like two of our children are on the spectrum, are autistic. Let's not get into the fucking the right wording now again. But do you know what I mean? We've got something in common. But like, that's why I have you on so regular, because, you know it's Conversations with Cornelius, but we have our own podcast as well, which is on the Patreon, which is now my chance to plug. Go and listen to Cornelius the Queen. It's on our Patreon. The link is in the bio here, and we do that every week. And
we do.
Yeah, I don't know. I want this to go. I want this to be a massive podcast, like, but I'm still not going to sell out. I'm not interested in selling out. But if there's any sponsors out there,
who would we like to sponsor us?
What would we like? What would you like?
What would I like? I suppose we'd hardly get sponsored by, like, a builder and an interior designer, would we?
If there's any builders out there, guys, and interior designers who want to do a load of work.
Well, that would be interesting content for our podcast.
What?
Cornelius and the Queen would be our house renovations.
Oh, I couldn't think of anything more boring. I could not think of anything more fucking boring. Oh, look, what colour will we go with? Will we go with this colour or will we go with that colour? That doesn't give me an erection. Do you love that now? You're really DIY heavy though. You're good at
Well,
DIY.
we haven't, you might say that, but we haven't done a tap to this house, like.
I know, we need to do a few bits and pieces too.
Oh my God.
What do we need to do? Do you know what I think we need to do?
What?
We need to paint the outside of it.
That's down the line, but we do, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? Then what we also need to do, as we're listing out things to do to our house, we need to get a new gate.
Well, actually, when I was looking at electric gates, they told us the gate is quite sound.
First world problems here.
The gate is sound. Well, let's call that in the glory days. There's no electric gate now.
The only reason we needed an electric gate, guys, right, is because our house is on a main road.
Yeah, we can't.
And we've got a fucking 4-year-old who is like a ninja, and we've got a 7-year-old who is absent-minded, and we've got a dog.
Yeah.
And that's the reason. And you know, they're opening the gate now. Like, so anyway, let's not justify what we want in our life. We just want it because we want it, and what like.
But the whole house needs to be painted and recoloured, and bathrooms need to be done.
Would you sell the house now?
No.
Good answer.
I wouldn't sell the house, but I'd like about 200,000 to do it up.
So if there's anyone out there with 200,000 and they're interested,
I don't know where 200,000 came out of, but I think let's
double it. If there's anyone out there with and add 100. If there's anyone out there with $500,000, okay, and you're looking for a project, we will take that money off you. Yeah. We will renovate the inside and the outside of our house, and we will tag you on Instagram.
Yeah. Or if you want to do it all and just like use our house.
Ooh, even better. But our designs or the way we want it. Not the way you want it. You and your big money. You can fuck off if you're going to have an attitude. We want it done our way. So if that's you.
Unless you've got good ideas.
If you've got great ideas, we will listen to them. Yeah. Because we're democratic. But at the end of the day, we are totalitarian in our decisions. So whatever we decide, we're going with. Just give us the fucking money.
Now, so thoughts become things. This podcast was brought to you by Building and Interior Designs.
My coffee's gone a bit cold. Is there a little hot drop inside that pot?
There probably is, yeah. Do I have to get up and get it?
Well, I wouldn't want you to get up. You were very sick last night. Why don't you tell the listeners about how sick you were? And you're getting the coffee. Fair play to you.
Oh my God. So the bug has arrived to Ballygriffin. And will I go into the depths? I will.
Yeah, you may as well.
Hunter was sick 2 days ago, and he just got sick once. It was in the evening, and I was like, "Oh, here we go." He puked all over the bathroom, the toilet seat.
God bless him.
But it was just at bedtime, and I was like, "Oh, here we go. Off tonight now, he'll be sick again."
Context here now as well. I'm doing the biggest gig of my whole entire life on Saturday night. I'm in Vicar Street, and I'm in Belfast then the night before to 500 people, and then in Vicar Street to over 1,000 people on Saturday night. Just a little bit of context.
Yeah. So that's a big week in this house from the comedy side, but more importantly.
Okay.
So that was so Hunter woke up no puke all night. Hunter woke up the next morning, perfect, hungry, grand. Gave him toast, like they get up at 6:30, so gave him toast. That stayed down, grand, happy out, sent him to school. And then yesterday morning, Harvey got sick in the bed at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Hunter came out going, "Mom, there's dog food in the bed. There's dog." They share a bed sometimes. "There's dog food in the bed."
Which I think is very cute because they have bunk beds.
Yeah. And
Harvey comes down to Hunter. Like Harvey's the... Hunter
and actually Hunter wanted to go to the top bunk last night, and Harvey was like, "But Hunter, who am I going to cuddle during the night?" Hunter's like, "Okay, Harv, I'll come back down." It was so cute. It was pretty cute, except that I was about to die. And then, so Harvey was sick yesterday morning.
Harvey's a bit like you, so kind of the cuddling. You love an old cuddle in the middle of the night, like.
But anyway, so Hunter came out going about the dog food, and Hunter's mad. He dreams a lot, like, and I was like, "Oh, it's not, pet. We'll go and we'll get rid of it now." And then I went in and I was like, "Oh, fuck." There was puke all over the bed. Harvey had puked on him.
On Hunter?
On his back. And on the bed. So then we all moved into the other room. And Harvey's such like a trooper when he's sick. He was grand again, really, like.
I'm healed now, Dad.
Yeah,
that's what he said to me. I'm healed.
But then, of course, when we got up, Harvey never fell back to sleep, but Hunter fell back to sleep. And then when we got up, like there I was doing the reading with Harvey anyway, and I felt so bad later on when I was sick myself after making Harvey do his reading. So then I started getting a little nauseous. Didn't send Harvey to school, sent Hunter, he was fine. And about 12:30, 1 o'clock, No, Harvey was already square-eyed from being on the tablet, I'd say half the morning anyway. And
don't judge us, guys. We're sick.
And then I was like, oh, I don't feel great. I was just feeling a bit nauseous, but I didn't really want to admit it to Con, because he would have like banished me to another area of the house or something, because he's got a big gig coming up on Saturday.
All right. So I'm keeping the lights on in the house. All right, whatever.
But
do then we turn off those lights. We don't need them on at all, do we?
Not at all.
Go on.
And then I was like, oh no, still don't feel. Oh no, I don't feel great. And I was in this room, and then I didn't make it all the way to our bathroom, down the downstairs toilet.
I said to you, because we were both tired as well, and I was like, we were inside the kitchen, and you brought back Hunter from school, and I said, and Harvey had stayed at home, and they were on their devices, and I said, "Don't we fucking do now?
We would watch telly for an hour.
Let's go in around the back of the house into the front of the house. The kids are inside. The back door is locked. We're in the front. Let's just throw on fucking something on Netflix there for a half an hour, and let's fucking throw ourselves down. We're wrecked." And you were like, yeah. And then I confessed to you. I said, I think I might be fucking getting this. I know I don't feel great. And then you were like, oh, good, thanks be to God, because I think I'm getting it as well.
Yeah.
And then it transpired that you full on got it. I haven't got it, and I'm not going to get it because my body's a temple.
Well, if you don't get this, and please God you don't.
I'm not getting it. I've already not got it. I'm not getting
it's the first time, as long as I know.
I'm putting it down to the ritual in the morning. I'm like for example.
Do you know the ginger? Ginger is brilliant for nausea.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have, like, I gave you a load of ginger and a load of lemon.
You gave me a fuck load of ginger yesterday, actually. You did.
Because you were complaining of starting to get a flu. So I gave you a load of ginger and a load of lemon. That's
been my routine the last, I'd say the last month. Noelle is making me a power juice every fucking morning, because I have in the past been quite susceptible to illnesses, colds and flus and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to future-proof myself. And so I'll finish whatever time I finish eating, and I'll try and not eat for 16 to 18 hours. And then I'll break that fast with a juice that Noelle has made. And it's all organic as best we possibly can. We're trying to go all organic just because there's so much shit sprayed onto the fucking... You've no idea, guys. And I'm not preaching, and you know I don't preach.
And I'm beginning to be converted. So if he's converting me, then... Yeah,
the amount of stuff that is sprayed onto our fruit and vegetables. You think you're being healthy by eating vegetables? There was a survey done, right, where they removed the pesticides or the pesticides off of apples, right, that were apples that were sprayed, right, and there was enough pesticide that had come off it to respray a full crop.
Yeah.
And these were just apples that were inside the shop. Some apples are picked over a year ago, and they're fucking injected with stuff to keep them fresh and stored inside in fridges, and then you're eating an apple that was plucked off a tree 12 months ago. But anyway, I digress. So I've been having these particularly, I'd say, like, hard to pungent is a good word. Like organic juices. So the mainstay is I'll have a full stalk of a full thing of celery in everyone. And there could be 3 or 4 stalks on a bushel. And I was having 2 of them, and I tell you, the celery is the first thing that goes in. Then I'd be having a bit of Noelle puts in ginger. Maybe once or twice a week I'll have a full lemon inside in it, and I'd be having and cucumber as well. That's the main thing that goes into them. And look, I fucking could get sick today now. Who knows? But like it is holding it at bay, and I do think. And I've added in pumpkin seeds now as well, because I've been doing I was even on TikTok late last night watching what pumpkin seeds do to your body.
Yeah,
they're so fucking good for you. But again, if there's no point in, you may as well have a bar of chocolate if you're going to have stuff that isn't organic. Well, obviously that's like probably... Yeah, no, it doesn't matter actually, because it's poison. You're like, if they're sprayed, it's poison. It's as simple as that. But anyway... The full fucking round of the story is, because of doing that over the last month, I normally would have caught this at this stage of the races, but I could fucking puke my ring out now.
I'm just hoping that it isn't a close contact thing, as in I obviously would have had more contact with the boys over the the last few days, and then you had to take, like yesterday evening, oh my God, lads.
Well, I know you've had close contact with them, but like, I mean, I'm kissing the boys every day, even this morning now.
I know, but I had to clean up their vomit the last 2 days. That's what I'm saying.
If you kiss them in the lips, like I give the boys the fondy and the lips there now,
true,
like, do you know what I mean? I mean, you're as capable of getting it there as you are as cleaning up.
There are more opportunities, like.
But there is more opportunities, but it only takes a small.
Yeah, I must look it up. How much of the virus would it take to actually cause you to, to attack your immune system enough to make you as sick? I don't know how to describe how bad I was yesterday. I've never ever had a bug like it. I thought I was going to have to be hospitalized.
Let's talk about that. We were watching away the television here, right? And I had said to you, I think I'm getting sick, and you said, oh great, I think I'm getting sick. And then we were watching something on the TV here, and the next thing you were like, I'm going to get sick.
Yeah.
And that's when it began full on for you.
Yeah.
Take it from there.
So then I went out. And then I went out and I puked. And to say I puked, of course I didn't make the toilet full. For all riveting content now for you guys. But yes, I missed the toilet full. Didn't quite make it, but made the bathroom but just, like I'm talking 2 steps away. And it would have been fine, but no. And got my clothes, got my shoes, got the whole bathroom, because it's the small downstairs bathroom. So, like,
I mean, maybe we have an interior decorator here in front of us all along.
Yeah, just splatter effect.
Just pebble dash.
And, so then, I had only washed that bathroom, like really, I washed floors, the walls. I'd washed every bathroom in the house on Monday night or something. And like at that time, when I wash the bathrooms now, like when I clean the bathrooms, I'm on like poo patrol, because those children of ours, like,
they're poo machines.
And there could be poo anywhere.
They're shitsers.
Toilet, walls, anything. Just little flecks.
Little flecks of poo.
Lovely descriptions here now between vomit and shit.
Wait till you start masturbating now. That's going to happen as well. You're going to have shit and cum all over the place. Cleaning that up.
I'm like, the moment it's like, just I sit down in the toilet, go to the toilet, and I look around. I'm like, is that fucking shit over there? Oh, it is too, like. But anyway, so that was that. I was green, and then I came back in here. Remember, I was like, oh my God, I'm after puking all over the place. I can't clean it up. I'll just have to sit down here for a minute. And you were like, I'd say, baby, you'll have to clean it up.
Well, I think you should have to clean it up, Noelle, because if, like, you can't leave raw sewage.
I know.
And there's other kids around the place that are going, do you know what I mean?
I know.
I know. You made me feel really guilty when you said that to me, because I was like, oh, I feel really bad. But I couldn't go up and clean it.
I know, but you just went, you had a big disgusted face on you, and you were like, did you? You better clean that up, so babe.
Yeah.
And then I just went.
But I did take over for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, but at that time, if I hadn't had the little remark of, I'm fine, by the way, as well, Con.
Oh, you fucking dug it in deeper with that comment. I looked after you then for the rest of it. You went to bed early. I looked after all the kids. I got everything done. Fucking, do you know what I mean? Like.
Well, that was because I just physically was not, anytime I moved.
I know, darling, and I'm sorry for saying that, actually. So I'm sorry. I'm apologising to you in front of the masses. But like, I felt, and I still feel, and I still stand by my thing to say, you have to clean that up. You can't leave that on the floor.
For the bathroom. I know.
And that's all I was saying. But maybe I should have.
I know, but did you not automatically go to, oh, that's disgusting, there's vomit in the bathroom, and I don't want to get sick. That's where you went. And
it was mixed. I tell you now, there was no specific, right? But it would have been mixed into the whole concoction
but there was no thought of, poor Noelle is after vomiting all over.
There wasn't. No, there was like, let's not get everybody else sick.
I know.
That's where I was coming from. But like, maybe there should have been a little bit more compassion. But at the same time, there was raw sewage, as you said, fucking coming off the sink. You'd missed the toilet. It was on the floor. And, you know,
so I had to go back in and clean that all up. Yeah. But like, I'd already no, I didn't make Harvey clean up his own vomit. I didn't make Hunter clean up his own vomit.
These are your dreams, Noelle. You left your job for these. For this.
Living my dream, vomiting all over.
This is your dream.
And then, so came back into the seat anyway, and next thing Hunter came in a while later, and he was like, you missed this, I don't even know if I told you this. Mom, there's poo all over the toilet. I was like, oh my God, he's after shitting himself now. This is what I have to face into, and I'm about to die. Like, I was full on motion sickness. The minute I moved, I was empty reaching. And then I went in and whenever the boys actually flushed the toilet, which is rare, Connie has them putting down the toilet seat, but it was the toilet seat, the other side of the toilet seat was all vomit that I'd missed when I was cleaning the toilet.
Yeah.
Because it's the other side of the toilet seat.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, Hunter, it's not. It's just vomit.
or Hunter does, and Hunter then, when Hunter got sick first, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hunter just got up and made a beeline to the toilet the other day, and I was like, "You alright? I must vomit."
Yeah.
I must vomit. You can't say V. Vomit.
I must vomit. Yeah. Was that the following day?
No, that was the day before. That was
the day before. But so it was like,
I must vomit.
It was like one.
So sick and shit and piss all over the place.
And then all I could think about, because then
$500,000, lads. If you have $500,000 and you want to come on in.
So then I had to change the sheets in the bed.
Well, you only half did that job. Someone else had to come in and finish it.
Well, I pretty much had it done.
And then
I had the sheet down
for another vomit.
Another vomit, and then I was in another bathroom, and all I could think of, because I was at this stage now, I was just into the bile layer stage.
Yeah.
God, it was just. But
that's
it was
the
just
worst
empty
stage.
Reaching. It was the.
Yeah.
It was the empty reaching that my intestines. I just felt like I was being, I don't know, just possessed inside my stomach. It was just, I've never experienced anything like it. Even morning sickness. I was like, this is what that
halitosis.
Yeah,
oh no, that's bad breath, isn't it?
Yeah, what's the thing?
Premenitonis. Epidum.
The thing you get when you're pregnant and you just can't stop vomiting.
My sister had it. It's actually cruel.
Horrendous.
Yeah, it's very bad.
It was the closest thing.
Someone famous had it as well.
Was it Kate Middleton?
Was it Kate Middleton, the girl over in England?
But like this empty, it was just horrendous. And like in all the bathrooms I've been thrown on the floor, like weak as water after it. And all I could think of, bar the time when I puked all over the bathroom, for the other two bathrooms that I was sick in, I was like, oh, thank God I actually cleaned the floors here. I cleaned the walls, because if I was lying down here now,
and you had cleaned the toilets as well earlier during the week. Do you remember you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There was a load of parazone and everything.
Yeah, so I was like, thank God I wasn't puking, empty reaching into like shit stained bathroom toilets. Like that was the one positive. Well, look, listen, you found the chink of light in the shitstorm. That was the last day. But then 12 hours and it was gone. It's not even a 24-hour ball, because it's a 12-hour ball, because literally you put the kids to bed. I still had to go in twice to them after that, by the way. But
well, I didn't have the monitor. You should give me the monitor. I was down here. I was on my night off yesterday, down here by myself, crying in the corner.
Yeah, Connie was like, you're not coming down, are you, babe? I was like, I'm just after getting up off the toilet bowl, and you think I'm going to come downstairs. I was in bed for 7:30.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was horrendous. I'm lucky to be here.
You're painting me really badly here now. I mean, I still wanted to spend time with you.
I know you did. I know.
You know, and anyway, sure. Look, listen, you're better now, and I would like again to apologise for the remark when you were after puking your ring out all over the place upstairs, on the floor, on the walls, and the sink, and the side of the toilet, on top of the toilet. And that it would have been quite an infectious area for any soul to walk into, and for me to, quite frankly, audaciously say for you to go back and clean that immediately so that no one else will get affected. I apologise,
You were the only one left to get affected.
Yeah, well, biggest week of my professional life, literally.
Just to say, we are still lucky to be in love with each other.
Yeah, I'm still very grateful to have not got sick, and to be able to do the podcast with you the next day. So look, it all worked out well in the end.
Lovely.
And then this morning, Harvey sharted.
Oh. Mom, I did a shirt. Oh my God. I was like, it is just shit and vomit and piss.
Shit, piss and vomit. That's the name of this podcast.
Yeah, because Hunter as well has started standing up. Harvey still likes to sit down wing. Hunter started standing up for his piss now, for his wheeze.
Oh yeah, but he's not getting it into the bowl at all.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. I think the bathrooms have to be washed
I was
daily.
brushing his teeth last night, and I went for a wee while he was brushing his teeth, and anything I do, he copies me now. If I'm eating something, he wants to eat the same thing.
Yeah.
If I'm having raw broccoli dipped into the tears of a fucking child, a homeless child from Czechoslovakia,
what are you
he'd be like, oh, I want that. I
know.
Do you know what I mean? He literally wants everything that I have. So I was going for a wee. He was brushing his teeth, And then he was like, I need to do a wee, Dad. And dropped the toothbrush, pulled down the pants, and brought over the little stool that he stands on, and stood up and was trying to do his wee. And he'd just gone to the toilet about 5 minutes before it. Nothing's coming out, Dad. Nothing's coming out. I was like, sure, you just did a wee. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Grand.
bless.
But, yeah.
Back to Harvey Shart.
Oh, yeah. Harvey Shart.
So he was like, I was like, oh, you for real? I was like, did you? Yeah. Mind my socks. He didn't want to get his socks dirty. He was like, I hope I don't have poo on my socks.
Mind my socks.
He was adamant.
Mind my socks.
You take off the tracksuit pants, change the underpants. I don't know if there are many 6-year-olds that know what sharts are. I was like, you are your father's son with the sharting.
He is, yeah. I've been prone to the odd shart in the past, guys. And I'll do a specific episode about my worst ever shart. It happened to me over in London one time. When I was coming off the back of a Coke binge, a 2-day Coke binge, and I was in a Pizza Hut with a person who's a patron on this podcast. Anyway, listen, that's for a different podcast. This is this week's podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I want to
hope you weren't listening to it while having your breakfast or lunch or dinner or thinking about eating.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about eating, you're probably not thinking about it now.
No.
If you want to listen to us again, and right now we're about to do another Patreon podcast straight after this, so come on over, listen in. It's only it's $2.50, the price of half a cup of coffee to be a patron. So, give that to us, please.
Bye now.